These are the hands of an artist, a man whose work is so detailed and so precise, you'd think it's real. And that's the point, because Robert Barron's art imitates life.
That looks like skin, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. I mastered the technique of making silicone look like skin.
From his small lab near Washington, D.C., Robert crafts prosthetics that are so realistic, injuries and genetic deformities become invisible. For Robert's patients, it's life-changing.
Hey, hey, hey.
Good to see you guys again.
Steve Butler traveled here from West Virginia. Cancer took his ear and much of the surrounding tissue from his neck and face. Today, he's getting the first fitting of the complex silicone prosthetic Robert has been crafting.
I don't even feel it on there. It's light, very light.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say. It's just,
Well,
I've been waiting a long time.
The results are stunning.
And I've got better with it, but I still, it's hard to be around people sometimes.
But this is just the beginning. Robert will now spend hours doing what no one else can, tinting the ear and skin flap in meticulous detail so that it perfectly blends in with Steve's skin. Tomorrow, Steve will see and wear his finished prosthetic for the very first time.
it's a great psychological benefit in their mental, physical, and social well-being. When I get up in the morning, I know when I go to work, I'm gonna make a difference in someone's life.
Some artists want fame, but Robert is not a typical creator. He built his reputation in a place where success means nobody recognizes your work. That's because he honed his skills as a real-life master of disguise at the CIA. There he learned to replicate the most intricate details of human anatomy, the complexity, beauty, and even flaws.
I mean, some of those look like photos.
That's realism. There's the word.
As a child, Robert had a hidden talent. His early art could easily be mistaken for photography.
When I had a coloring book, with my Crayolas and everything, if I got out of line, I'd take that page and rip it out of there and start all over.
In 1963, Robert joined the Marines. Later, he took a job at the Pentagon as art director for military magazines, where reality set him on a different course. Tired of the daily 2-mile trek from his car to the office, Robert decided to use his skills to sneak into a better parking spot at one of the most heavily guarded buildings in the world.
You were forging parking permits at the Pentagon.
Yeah. Now, what is that, huh? That's a federal offense. Forging government property is a federal offense.
The forgery was so good, no one noticed for more than a year. Instead of punishment, Robert was handed an opportunity, a chance to work for the CIA as a senior forger. Not long after, Robert found himself immersed in the shadowy world of international espionage. That's where he got a taste for working with disguises and eventually developed full-face silicone masks that were flawless.
We found out that we just weren't getting enough information with beards and mustaches, and the disguises had to pass the closest scrutiny, like 6 to 12 inches. And if they didn't, then their life would be in jeopardy.
Robert's work allowed American operatives to completely change their appearance, even their ethnicity, in an instant.
They could put it on in 3 seconds
3 seconds.
and take it off in 3 seconds.
A complete face.
Yes, absolutely.
That sounds like something out of Mission Impossible.
How about Mission Possible?
What were those missions? Well, they're classified, so Robert can't reveal anything more than that they were successful.
There were times where I had to disguise myself, so who I was disguising wouldn't know who I was.
In the effort to craft the perfect disguise, he met with Hollywood's top makeup artists, like John Chambers of Planet of the Apes fame, but found he was already years ahead of their techniques. Later, he studied under biomedical sculptors who exposed him to the reality of a hidden world, a world of people who were tragically disfigured. Just like the spies, these people wanted to move through life without attracting attention. Suddenly, Robert had a plan for life after the CIA.
And the light went on. And I said to myself, if you can put people in hiding, you can bring people out of hiding. Or if you can change somebody's identity, you can give that identity back to these disfigured people.
More than 1,000 people have found their way here because they have nowhere else to turn. Like the woman from Pakistan, whose jealous husband, a barber, took his straight razor to her face.
I mean, there's more than 12 that I have that have contemplated suicide. And they're still here for what I've done for them. Okay, John.
John Hill traveled here from Milwaukee for 2 new ears to hide a genetic abnormality called microtia. There are stacks of photo albums showing the before and the after, eyes, cancers, trauma. And when Steve Butler returned for his next appointment, he explained he was hoping to get back what cancer had so cruelly taken away.
And just being around your family and church friends and stuff, it's going to change my life.
Robert made a few final touches, and then it was Steve's turn to take a look in the mirror.
It's just incredible. Unbelievable. Looks just like it did before. Great job, brother. Great job.
Thanks.
You're amazing.
How does that make you feel when you look back on your life and your career?
It's not over.
At age 80, Robert has no plans to retire. His life-changing talent is in such high demand that he's booked months in advance. Ramona, his partner in life and business, works alongside him, talking each patient through their journey into Robert's miracle hands.
How many people in the world do you think can do what you do?
I'm not going to pat myself on the back, but there's nobody out there that know my techniques.
Just like his days at the CIA, Robert still holds his work to the same exacting standard. It has to be good enough for his own face.
Would I wear that ear? Would I wear that nose? Would I wear the orbital with ocular? If I don't like it, I'm going to do it over again. See? So that's the way I am. And that's the way I'm going to still be until I drop.
After a career devoted to remarkable artistry, he knows someone's life depends on his next invisible masterpiece.